If you'd like a fun way to teach your dog to heel or walk more closely to you, this exercise is a really fun and practical way to start. If I can teach my crazy Border Collies to heel, then so can you. In this video, I'm going to show you one method that will help your dog to focus and make you way more awesome to your dog. If you want a better life for you and your dog, my Border Collies and I would love you to join us. Sometimes walks can be frustrating. Basically, your dog has a choice. They can stay with you or they can check out the environment. And that can be exciting, interesting, sometimes scary or overstimulating. Staying near you might not seem like the best option from a dog's point of view, especially if the surroundings are fun or appealing or just overwhelming. Without working on changing a dog's perception, a dog isn't necessarily going to see value from a leash. Basically, it's something that's keeping the dog from its surroundings. We know that the leash is there to keep the dog safe and protected, but our dogs don't necessarily see it that way. So the goals of this particular exercise are to keep the dog close to you or to heel, to keep the dog focusing on you, and the ultimate goal is to walk with a loose leash. For this training, you'll need lots of yummy treats. You'll go through a lot, so things like kibble or small non-sticky treats work best for this exercise. It's a lot easier to do this exercise if your dog is hungry, so it's a good idea to use either a portion of your dog's meal or even their full meal to do this game. Start in an area with low distractions, even your living room, maybe your backyard, depending on how much is going on there. It's much easier to get the exercise working well for you when the dog can easily focus on you. Then, as you and your dog get more proficient, you can build towards areas with more distractions. This exercise basically encourages your dog to follow your hand and stay close to your body, which is so often an ideal position for leash walks. The exercise starts by simply dropping treats into your dog's mouth. If your dog can't catch or you can't throw, don't worry about it. It's okay if your dog actually doesn't catch the treats. The main thing is that your hand starts to represent something that is potentially awesome to a dog. You can start in any position, but eventually you'll want to lure your dog next to your body, or you can just position yourself next to your dog. You can use an upturned hand to drop the treats and let them slide through your fingers. If you're terrible aim like I am, it's really okay if you have your hand facing down as well. The main thing is that your hand becomes the focus for your dog, and awesome things happen for your dog when he's in the heel position. Give your dog enough time to swallow or eat the treat and then drop the next one. It might take a few sessions of practice just to get that position figured out. Once your dog is starting to get the idea, then you can start to move. Just slightly at first, so that both you and your dog get a sense of where you should be. Eventually, you'll be able to move forward doing this and turn different directions. Your dog will find that being in a heel position next to you is actually a really fun and rewarding place to be. Try the other side as well. You'll probably find that one side is a lot easier than the other. Add the leash and see how your dog responds. You can start to drop less treats and less predictably as your dog gets comfortable with this exercise. It's an exercise that you can keep practicing as long as you and your dog are going on walks. But if the treats keep showing up occasionally, it will keep your dog more motivated. And if your dog really can't catch, you can place the treats into your dog's mouth if they can take a treat gently. My dog Asha has cataracts, so she can't catch very well, but she can still play the game. And of course there are times that it's fine that we let our dogs sniff, but this exercise will just help you to get your dog's attention back to you when you need to. I've always found that training games really help to build my relationship with my dogs. Even with dogs that have mental or physical challenges, we can always improve our communication, especially if we look for solutions instead of being frustrated or ashamed. I like this exercise because it's a calm one. We don't actually have to say anything, and yet we're having this amazing conversation with our furry friend. Something else to consider when walking a dog is that a dog's neck is fragile, so it's really important not to yank on the dog's collar. I use a harness for walking, but I use the collar for identification and as a quick way to get hold of my dog. Getting your dog used to having their collar grabbed is actually a really important skill and can save your dog's life, especially if you need to grab your dog quickly to get them out of an unpleasant or dangerous situation. You can learn how to do collar grabs with this next video. See you there.